straight, not slouch.
Hi, Jeanette. How are you?
Good, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So I saw you up there speaking at the podium, and you're passionate as always, always giving us a ton of information to ponder, to think about. You definitely provoke thought after you speak. So what were you talking about up there? I mean,
Well,
you were making some insinuations.
The first thing I'll try to talk about is replacing the city manager. I mean, I think the biggest issue with Mr. Bobkowitz is he basically, has not managed the city well, period. We're in a budget crisis, and he's the one who's going to fix it. He's the one who put us there. And I feel an independent review of the city's budget by an outside resource is the appropriate way to deal with our budget crisis, not have the person that put us in the budget crisis correct it. And I think the council needs to really take that approach to things, and they don't want to do that. That's one thing. And what I feel very strongly about, they created this list of things they want to cut. They went through all the things in the city, and they narrowed it down to a list of things that affect children, parks, trees, and things like that. They pit it, and then they're pitting all the groups against one another at a council meeting. So now we have many speakers speaking about what they want to save, and we're not really focusing on the real issue, which is the mismanagement of the total city budget by the city council members and Wally and others. So that's really what I feel very strongly about. And I've created a list of all the things they've messed up. And I spoke tonight a few things like in the Smiley Brothers deal, city staff members did not put the property back on the tax rolls. It was supposed to be put on the tax rolls so Smiley Brothers would pay the taxes on it for the last 18 months. City staff did not do that, and we lost between, I think, $50,000 to $75,000 we did not get. So here, and we have a staff mistake that cost us money. The other thing that I was very troubled about that came up to a meeting ago was they talked about a bridge, the bridge at Green Bay and Ridge. We don't own that bridge. It's owned by the railroad. And the city wants to spend $600,000 of our money to paint it. When we have a budget crisis, they want to paint a bridge that we don't own. So the logic of that makes no sense. But we have no money for, say, a park, or we don't have money for something else we need. At one point, they're talking in 2023, we won't have enough money in the capital plan to do anything. They want to paint somebody else's bridge now. So some of those things, that's sort of what I was getting at. Then I basically have heard off the record and heard from several people and several sources. There's a city employee here that continues to misrepresent things at meetings and other things and other documents and things. This employee basically is not telling the truth about things, and I feel council members have been told privately who this individual is, and I feel this individual should be looked at. It's someone on Mr. Bobkowitz's senior staff. This person should either be disciplined or removed from the city. They need to deal with that. I will not reveal the name, but I feel it's important that we have a council that deals with integrity of what we have here, and it's important, I think, for the integrity of the city that we have people that are giving factual information, not distortions. I believe there's been a lot of distortions from other people too on the council, but maybe not always as much as this individual. So that's sort of what I spoke about tonight, and I don't know if you have any other questions or thoughts or.
Oh no, that was a lot. That was a lot to think about. I know.
Well, I did mention Fleetwood Jourdain, and what I
Right.
felt about that. We have a community theater here that's been gone on for a very long time. We funded it in the tune of about $150,000, and recently, Ann Rainey has pushed through the city council to build a theater, a dinner theater on Howard Street, using our money to build this theater for a private group that's going to come here from outside of Evanston to run a dinner theater at the tune of $1.7 million. Then that's just the construction cost, not even the cost of the building we bought. So we're probably over $2 million. Plus she's using city staff to get it done, which is more money of our money being used. So we're spending $2 million. We could run that Fleetwood Jourdain Theater for 10 to 15 years with the money we're spending on this whole thing. And what Ann Rainey will tell everybody, it's TIF money. And TIF money is not the same money. It is the same money. And people shouldn't listen to that nonsense. It's money they're taking from the schools. And the other thing about her TIF on Howard Street, we have funded that TIF with our money. Our money has been used to fund that TIF. They've taken money out of the other funds, and that's what they've done. So anyway, if you have any other questions or thoughts or want anything else.
Oh yeah, that was quite a bit.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, Jeanette. You definitely get the wheels to spinning. Thank you, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Oh, someone has a question. How is Rainey getting $1.6 million without a peep? And this will take away from Fleetwood Jourdain. Yeah.
Well, Ann Rainey's not. She basically had this money approved. It's been a long process for her to get the money. At different times, the council refused it. She basically got the money, but this was not really. This is Fleetwood Jourdain now, of course, has come as a cut at this point in time. She got this money about 6 months ago. She fought and got it, but this has been going on over time. So what I'm saying is, this is not something. It's not like she's getting it right now. This has been approved a while ago, but it's still a waste of our money because it was money to a private group. It's not a part of the. But I'd say it was about maybe 6 to 8 months ago they finally approved this amount of money. But still, this is what's happened on Howard Street. A lot of things have gone. A lot of money's been given to people for private businesses. And, I'm totally against it. Some people say that's wonderful. We have, bars on Howard Street and this and that. We never had this. But the reality is they pushed out a lot of minority businesses that were there. And he'll tell you they didn't do that, but that's not the case. They pushed out a lot of Haitian businesses and other little small businesses for Ann Rainey to build these sort of yuppie-type businesses on Howard Street to make it look like it's up and coming. So, that's what they did.
Okay, thank you so much, Jeanette. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
So somebody... Let me write this down.
All right, you guys. I'm out here with no lipstick, lips all chapped and everything, but wanted to come out here and see what the people are talking about here at the council meeting. People really came out tonight to discuss their passions for the programs that they do not want to see cut. I would really love to speak with our city manager, but he doesn't really talk to the media. I'll keep trying to get that interview with him to see, how those surveys came about, and just, ask him, some questions, some Evanston Live TV questions. So I'll keep you guys posted. Don't know that I'll get that interview. Again, he's not big, talking to anyone dealing with the media, but I'll keep trying, that's for sure. All right, and I would love to get his side, his insight, as to what's actually happening in the city manager's office. All right, you guys, so I'm going to get going, and you all have a great evening.